All right, folks, listen. This is a live stream, and in this video, there's going to be new information. This is new information, okay? I'm going to show you something that has to do with one of the amendments, because there's a total of 27 amendments. I'm going to be talking about the 25th Amendment and how it's connected to Trump and his head wound on August 4th. Because I have two predictions that on June 11th is the Beast Out of the Sea event. It's the biblical Beast Out of the Sea event is June 11th in Washington State. And that Beast Out of the Sea event, it says in the Bible that one of the heads of the beast has seemed to have had a head wound that healed, and the world wondered after the beast. And that's the August 4th event of Trump's head wound, most likely in Ohio, but for sure August 4th. Okay? I'm 99% about it being in Ohio, but I'm 100% it's on August 4th. I just don't know the year, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be this year. But again, if it's not, for sure it's next year. Okay? Because you'll see what I mean by, because this June 11th event next year, it's without a shadow of a doubt, it's going to happen next year. All right, when you see what I'm going to be showing in the near future, so get ready. The best videos are coming soon. Okay, now, um, so remember, June 11th is the Beast Out of the Sea event, and who's the Beast Out of the Sea? Is Elvis, because his name, the number of his name or his image is going to be the mark of the beast eventually, and because Trump is the image of Elvis, that's why Trump. Any worship of Trump is the worship of Elvis. Any worship of Elvis is the worship of Trump. Okay, and because they're mocking God. Because when Jesus was walking the earth, he was God in the flesh, God was still in heaven. And that's what they're doing here. Trump is playing God in the flesh, and Elvis is God in heaven. That's what they're doing. Okay? And that's why Trump is the one who gets crucified and he comes back from the dead. Okay? Because the world is going to wonder after him after he gets his head wound and he survives. It's a deadly head wound, okay? And I'm not talking about the one he already had. I've already talked about it. You've seen my videos and how it connects to my videos. Go watch it. I just put it up the last live stream. Okay? Now, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the how this amendment is connected to this August 4th head wound. And that's the reason they put it out on the exact day they put it out. Now watch what I'm going to show you. Let's first ask what the 25th Amendment is. What is the 25th Amendment? Let's see if we can read it just real quick. It's going to be 2 seconds because I don't get into the details of it, the deep details. The 25th Amendment of the United States Constitution deals with presidential succession and disability. It outlines procedures for the vice president to assume the presidency of the president if the president dies, resigns, or is removed from office, or is unable to discharge the powers and the duties of the office. It also provides a mechanism for filling a vacancy to the vice presidency. Okay, now, so what I'm trying to show here is I'm not even saying that Trump is going to, I believe that Trump, once he gets his head wound on August 4th, he opens his eyes 4 days later on August 8th, he's not going to be able to come back right away. So someone's going to take over for him. So is it going to be Vance? If let's say something happened to Vance on that August 4th day, okay? I don't know if Vance is going to be there when that happens. So let's say he doesn't. Let's say nothing does happen to him because we've gone through many scenarios of what could happen. But let's say Vance does take over, okay? So the 25th Amendment, because Trump might still be alive. So if he's alive but he can't fulfill the duty, then they swear in another. Then the 25th Amendment is used. Do you understand? And you know that. I'll get to why they brought out the 25th Amendment in the first place. All right. Just give me a second here. Anyway, so let's look at when this 25th. Oh, let me just show it to you. When was the 25th Amendment ratified? So I want you to see the date. So it was ratified on February 10th, 1967, okay? Now watch all the connections that I'm about to show you, okay? Now you tell me if these are coincidences or not, okay? And make sure you thumb up the video, folks. So let's get going here. All right. Oops. Give me a second to get this straightened. Pay attention. We're talking about an amendment that has to do with if the president can't, is not capable, because he might get when he gets his head wound on August 4th, Trump, he's going to survive the head wound, but he's going to be pronounced dead first, okay, and then he's going to come out of his coma, but he's still not going to be, he's not going to be able to take office right away, so they're going to use that 25th Amendment. Anyway, so let's look at this. Remember, it's on 2/10/67. You ready for this? First of all, remember, it's going to be August 4th, the head wound, right? First, let me just show you this. Why am I bringing up this first thing? Because from August 4th to the day that it was ratified, 2/10, okay, it's 6 months, 6 days, or 6 months, 7 days. Now, why am I bringing this up? Let me show you first, okay? Because the square root of 4445 is 6.6 or 6.7. It's a bunch of numbers after it. It's long numbers, but the first two numbers are 6.6 and the 6.7. And that's because if you put it together, the square root 4445 is 66.67. So it's the first time that you see three sixes together is in the 4445 square root. And who is the 4445 president? Let me tell you this first, okay? So who's the 4445 president? It's Trump. Trump is the 44th person to become president, 45th person to take office. And like I said, I was the first one to tell everyone that years ago. He's the 44th person, 45th president to take office, okay? And who was the 44th president? Obama. But he was the 43rd person, but 44th president. And that's why the 44th president had to be born on August 4th, because that's the day Trump gets his head wound. And Trump had to have that 44 connection. So he's connected to the 44 because he's the 44th person. Okay? You understand? Just like JFK, it was the 44th election that JFK won. The 44th election was won by JFK. Even though he was the 35th president, it was the 44th election. And what is 44 and 35? Is that 79? Because he was the 35th president, 44th election. Is that 79? And Trump is 79 right now. Okay? Think about what I'm saying. All right, now. So now that you know the 44-45 connects to Trump because he's the 44th person, 45th president. And when was MLK killed? 4-4-4, right? But it landed on the 4-5 day because it was a leap year. 44, but it landed on 4-5. Okay, do you understand? So everything's about the 44-45. Okay, now, so now that you know that, let me just show this real quick. And then we'll get back to what I was showing there. You'll see in a moment why I'm showing all this. So, Obama's birthday is 8-4. Trump's head wound is on 8-4. And, Trump's born on 6/14. 6 times 14 equals 84. Elvis Aaron Presley, his full name equals 216. And 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216. And August 4th is the 216th day of the year. But on leap year is 217. And notice that the 84th prime is 433. And if you add the 216 and 217, because August 4th is the 217th day of the year, makes 433. Okay? And when were they elected? In 2016 and 2017. Trump was elected in 2016 and he became president in 2017. Who was president? Obama, the guy who was born on 8/4 during 2016, and he was president for 20 days in 2017, right? Till he gave it up to Trump. So do you see it? What I'm saying? The 8/4 is connected to Trump and Obama, both of them, because Trump's gonna get his head one on 8/4. And he was elected with the 216, 217 connection. 216th day, 217th day is August 4th, right? And it's connected to 8/4. You see? All that. All right. Now, but just let me I'll get back to that first card that I showed, having to do with the 6 month from August 4th to the day that the 25th Amendment was ratified. 6 months, 6 days, 6 months, 7 days. I'll get to that in a moment. Okay, let me just show you this. So now that you know all the 2016, 2017 connections, look at this. From the exact day that Obama was born to the exact day the 25th Amendment was ratified, that's the thing to having to do with if a president can't fulfill his duties, they use the 25th Amendment on him. Look at that. 2016, 2017 days, if you add the day. From Obama's birth to the day it was ratified. Are you looking? I'm going to show you more in a moment. Okay? Now, and remember, it was from August 4th to the day it was ratified within the same year is 6 months, 6 days, or 6 months, 7 days. So you have the 6 months, 6 days connection, and you have 6 months, 7 days connection. But look, if you look at the months, look at this. It's from that date Obama's born to that day it was ratified. Look at this. It's 66 months, 6 days, or 7 days. There's that 66, 67. Do you understand what I just showed a minute ago here? 6 months, 6 days, or 6 months, 7 days from August 4th to 210 within the same year. The day it was ratified, but within the same year is, look at this. It's 66 months, 6 days, or 66 months, 7 days. You see? And I showed you that, where is it? Hold on. Give me a second, folks. This is, you don't understand how difficult all this is. So remember, I showed you the 4445 is 6.6, 6.7, or 66.67. Do you understand? You see what I'm saying? From Obama's birth to the day the 25th Amendment was ratified is 66 months, 6 days, or 66 months, 7 days. And it's 2016, 2017. That's when Obama was president and when Trump was elected and when he became president. You understand? And how old was Obama in 2016, 2017 when he was still president? 55 years old. He was 55 on August 4th, 2016. And Trump was elected after that. So because Satan equals 55. And Trump was 55 when 9/11 happened. You see what I'm saying? How it's all connected? Anyway, you'll see in a moment how it all comes together. Just pay attention. And and remember, from August 4th to the day it was ratified is 6 months, 6 days, or 6 months, 7 days from August 4th. That's the day Trump gets his head wound and he's going to be pronounced dead, but he's going to live. And Elvis died on 8/16. From the day it was ratified to 8/16 is 6 months, 6 days, or 6 months, 7 days. You see what I'm saying? So this is from 8/4 to the day it was ratified, the amendment. And this is from the amendment date to Elvis's death date. You see? Same amount of days and months. Okay? Now, I still have more to show, but understand why I'm showing you this 25th, because we're in the year 25 right now. So that's why I would be surprised if it doesn't happen this year. Okay? Now, I have more to show. Just wait. Just give me a second. Someone's asking me about a prime. The 84th prime number is 433. The prime number is 433, but it's the 84th number down as far as prime numbers. That's what you saw a minute ago, if that's what you're asking about. Yeah. Yeah, prime numbers are like super important because that's why they're called prime. Because prime means something super important. But anyway, so that's what I was showing. But anyway, let me just again, when I'm about to show you something even more incredible here. Hold on. But before I keep going, did you guys understand so far what I was showing? I was connecting the fact that it was the 4445, which connects to Trump and Obama, and Trump is the 44th person, 45th president, but Obama is the 44th president. So do you get it? So the 4445 connects, and MLK was killed on 4/4, but it was a leap year, so it landed on the 4/5 day. So 4445, and he was taken out, right? And he was taken out in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived and died, right? It's all connected to each other, and I showed you that 6 months, 6 days, 6 months, 7 days, 66, 67. And what is the 66, 67? The word twin equals 66, and Elvis had a twin. Twin equals 66, and Elvis equals 67. The name Elvis, and his twin Jesse, Jessie, equals 67. So you have the 66, 67 everywhere. And I just showed you that. Where is it? Just give me a second, folks. I'm going to show it one more time for everyone can understand this, okay? Give me a second. Because I'm about to show you something that'll seal the deal for you. Give me a second here. All right. Again, Trump is the 44-45 president, and Obama is the 44th president, but 43rd person. But anyway, Obama was born on August 4th. That's why Trump had to connect to the 44. That's why he was the 44th person to become president. Anyway, so Trump is the 44-45, and it connects to the 6.6, 6.7 number, and 44-45 square root is 66.6. It's the first time 3 6s come together, is at the 44-45 mark, okay? Now, and give me a second, because I like I said, it's all mixed up, everything right now. I told you that the bill, the amendment, was ratified on 2/10/67. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna show that card in a minute again. Where is it? And from Obama's birthday to the day the amendment was ratified is 66 months, 6 days, or 66 months and 7 days. You see it right here? So it's got the 66, 67 connection. Okay? Okay, and it's got the 2016, 2017 days from Obama's birthday, because Obama's the one who's born on August 4th. That's why it's important. Okay? And that's the day Trump gets his head wound on August 4th. And the 25th Amendment, get it? He's going to, because August 4th this year, 25. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. Anyway, so you have the 66, 67 connection, right? And in between August 4th and 2/10 is 6 months, 6 days, or 6 months, 7 days. Just in between it, within a year period. Okay? The day that the 25th Amendment was, ratified. And I told you that August 4th is the 216, 217th day of the year. And if you add it up, it's 433. And the 84th prime is 433. So it connects perfectly. And then 2016, 2017 was when they were elected. You add it up, it's got the 433 in it. And that's when Obama and Trump switched places. You understand? 2016, 2017. And I just showed you that from August 4th, the day Trump is born, the day Obama's born, August 4th, when Trump gets his head on August 4th, to the 25th Amendment being ratified is 2016, 2017 days when you add it. There it is right there. You see what I'm saying? Okay? And now, just to seal the deal, remember the 25th Amendment was ratified on 2/10/67. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. 2/1/6/2/7 with a crown. It's right there in the date even, you know? Are you understanding it? August 4th is the 2/16/2/17 day of the year with a crown, you see? Okay? All right, did you guys get that? Now, before I finish, hold on. Let me just show this, because I forgot to show this part. It's too bad I don't have it ready. Darn it. Let me just see if I can do it off of the calculator here. That way I don't have to write it. Give me a second here. Let me just catch up to the chat real quick. Okay. So you guys getting it, right? Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We pray that the August 4th event happens first. That way people will listen to us and get out of Washington State before June 11th. But I have no control over that. I don't know which one's going to come first, but it could go either way. So that's what I'm saying. We just have to pray that the August 4th event happens first. That way people will listen to us and get out of Washington State. Anyway, just real quick, let me just show you this. That when you put a crown, the letter O, I told you, when you put a crown on, this is the first number when you put a crown on it, which I explained to you is the letter O, or 0, but in this case it's the letter O we're using, because, just give me a second. My phone doesn't want to work. Okay, so if you were to go through the whole calculator and type in the numbers, like if you put the letter O with the word one, O-N-E, the first time that a number does what I'm about to show you is at the 216 mark, okay? So 216 is the first time that you will see this happen to a number when you put a crown on. So you put the letter O on 216. So it's a crown on the 216, because Trump's going to get his head on the 216th day of the year, which is August 4th. Look, see, this is the first time that a number does that, when you put a crown on it at the 216 mark. Okay? Look at that. Look how perfect that is. The forward numbers are the same, the backward numbers are the same, and the total is 666. You see how perfect that is? Half, 666, you see? Okay? So that's why when you see 2016 is 216 with a crown. Do you get what I'm saying? Or when you see the 25th Amendment having a 216 with a crown, and I just told you that Elvis equals 67, so even that number is connected. But 216 with a crown or 217 with a crown, all right? And August 4th is the 217th day of the year, right? And we're talking about the 25th Amendment, you know what I mean? Okay, and don't forget, Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216, and 6 times 6 times 6 equals 216, right? All right. Anyway, back to this. So the 25th Amendment, the date that it was ratified, has the 216, 217 in it. Now, let's go from the day, and by the way, uh, the number 3 is also a crown, because if you turn the 3 sideways, it looks like a W, just like George W. Bush or Washington as the W, because it's a crown. The W is a crown, and the 3 is a crown, the O is a crown. Now watch this. So from the day that the 25th Amendment was ratified to this year, August 4th, look at the numbers. You're telling me these are just coincidences? Look, so you have the 3, which is a crown. The O is with a crown, a head. A O is a head, a crown, a face, an egg, a womb, a matrix, because the matrix is a womb, a ring. But anyway, so you have the W, which is a crown, the 3, and the O, and then you have 216. You see? So it's the 216 with a crown. Are you getting it? I'm just saying, what's the chances? When you add the day, all the way to 8 to this year, you get those numbers again. Okay? If you've been watching my videos, you know what I'm talking about. And if you think it's a coincidence, just keep watching. So you know that that George Washington, guess when he became a Master Mason? August 4th, back in 1753. August 4th, he became a Master Mason. And look at the numbers to the day it was ratified. Look at this. 213 years, 6 months, 7 days. Look at that. It's the 3, which is the crown, and then what numbers are left? 2, 1, 6, and 7. I'm just saying, and we're talking about the ratification day was a 2, 1, 6, and a 7. 2, 1, 6, 7 with a crown. 2, 1, 3, the other crown, 6 and 7. Are you understanding what I'm showing? 2, 1, 6 with the 2 crowns. You got a 2, 1, 6 here and a 3, and then you have the other crown over here with the 2, 1, 6 and 7. Same thing. You understand? Are you getting it? And it's August 4th. I just want to make sure you guys understand that. Is there anyone not getting what I'm showing? I just want to make sure. Do you guys understand what I'm showing? Before I move on. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to go from the day it got ratified to Elvis's death date. Okay. Look. So the day it was ratified to Elvis's death date. Look at this. First of all, if you don't add the day, but up to that day, it's 3840. And I told you the 3 and the 0 are crowns. Look at that. 30 on the 84 when you don't add the day. If you add the day, it'd be 1 there. But still, it's okay. Even the 1. But look at the amount when you add the day. When you add the day, that means it would be the 1 day. It's 1, 2, 6 months and 7 days, the total. So for 3,840 days, for 3,841 days, I think it's 1, 2, 6, 7. That's the numbers we're talking about. 216, 217 numbers. Again, I'm just saying, I understand. Look, I'm just trying to find out, are these all coincidences? That's all I'm trying to find out here. Okay. And anyway, let me just put this down for a second. I have just a couple more things to show. See, if you go back and look, the fact that it was 2016 days, 2017 days from Obama's birth to the day it was ratified, because we're talking about August 4th and it's the 25th Amendment. And the days in the amendment date has 2167 in it, because it's 21067, right? And Elvis equals 67, and 67 is the first number when written out equals 162, which is June 11th. Okay. Okay, and you know who the person is why they enacted this 25th Amendment. It was right after what it was after JFK was assassinated. I guess they just thought about it then, you know, that if a president couldn't, because if the president is unable, but he's still alive, he's unable to fulfill it. You understand what I'm saying? Because if he's in a coma, he's unable to do it, you know. So technically, he's still the president. So what's going to happen is, pay attention. What's going to happen is they give the presidency to the next person, or whatever they do. I don't know if they're going to swear him in as the 48th president. Okay, but what's going to happen is, then Trump, when he wants to come back into power, he just takes over. You understand? He's still president. So the 25th Amendment, once he's able to do his duties again, he has to give back the presidency. That's my point. Are you guys following what I'm saying with that? He has to give back the presidency. So what's going to happen is, it's going to happen during this June 11th event. Is probably going to happen while he's not fulfilling his duties, and then he comes back. You understand? Then he comes back with a vengeance, right? I don't know. I'm just saying, because it says that it doesn't say the one who got the head wound is the one who brings fire from the sky. So that's what I'm saying. So it might not. He still might wait till after we attack. So let's say we get attacked on June 11th, then we make a fight back, and then he comes back into power. So I don't know. Don't ask me how it's all going to play out. I just know that August 4th is when Trump gets his head wound. Okay? Like I said, I don't know which year. It's either going to be this year or next year for sure. But June 11th for sure next year is the Washington State event, the Beast Out of the Sea event. Okay? Now, so what was it all about? It was all about JFK, right? That's the reason, because he's the one who got his head wound, right? And they enacted the 25th Amendment because of JFK, right? Now look at this. And this is not that big of a deal, but for the people who are into the skull and bones thing, because Elvis is the skull and bones that they worship, folks. Anyway, from JFK's death to the day the 25th Amendment was ratified is 3 years, 2 months, 20 days when you add the day. So it's 322 with a crown. All right. And Elvis, he was born on 8/16, and he was born on 8/18, and he died on 8/16. But here's the thing. Watch why I'm show you this. Watch. Where is it? Oh, I don't have it here. Anyway, so this is not that big of a deal. And you know what? I couldn't find much on Trump. Let me just show you what I found on Trump. The only thing I could find on the Trump, see, that's why I didn't redo the card, because it's so from Trump's birthday to the day it was ratified. I really couldn't find much on the numbers here, except for what you see. But the percentage of the amount of days is interesting, because I told you that between Elvis's birthday and 9/11 was 8 months, 4 days, which is 67.67%. And you have basically it's 267s, because there was 2 twins born when Elvis was born, and Elvis equals 67 and his twin Jesse was 67. They both equal 67, their names. But so that's the only thing I could find on from Trump's birthday to the day it was ratified. That's why they need Obama, because Obama has the dates that they need, okay? And here's the only thing I could find on this is what I could find on. I'm talking about from his exact birth to the day it was ratified. But here is some connections within the same year. So from the day it was ratified to Trump's birthday is 4 months, 4 days, or 4 months, 5 days. There's your 44-45, right? Which is what I was showing you earlier. Okay? Now, from so this is from the day it was ratified to Trump's birthday within the same year. This is from Trump's birthday to the day it was ratified within 1 year. It's 242 days. And the only thing I could give you on that is JFK was killed on 11/22. 11 times 22 equals 242. So you have a JFK connection, and JFK is the reason why they did the ratification. I mean, why they ratify? It's got the rat in it. Why they have the ratified the 25th Amendment in the first place? Okay. And by the way, if you think this 242 is just a coincidence, look, the 45th prime, because Trump is the 45th president. 45th prime is 197. If you add the 45 to the 197, you get 242. You see what I'm saying? Because that's how many days in between Trump's birthday and 210 when it was ratified within the same year. I mean, within 1 year. And 11 times 22 is 242. JFK's death day, 11/22. So you have the 242, 240. And if you think that the 45th prime is not important, look, the 45th prime is 197, right? Look, 197. The 8th prime is 19. The 4th prime is 7. 197, connecting to the 8-4 when Trump gets his head wound. And then if you take this 19 and 7, the 19th prime is 67. The 7th prime is 17. Added up, you get 84. You see? It's all connected to being Trump. That's why Trump had to be the 45th president. You see what I'm saying, or no? Are you guys grasping that? And here's something interesting. You know, the Queen Mother, not Queen Elizabeth, but the Queen Mother, she was born on August 4th. And you know, Prince William, he was baptized on August 4th. And Prince William, he was born on 6/21, and if you say the date backwards, it would be 21/6. That's like the 216, get it? And Prince William was baptized 45 days later on August 4th when he was born, Prince William. And the Queen Mother, not Queen Elizabeth's mother, the Queen Mother was born on August 4th. 66, look at that. It's 66 years, 6 months, 7 days exactly. Now, and remember all the 66, 67s I showed. You remember, right? And how it connected to the square root being 66, 67, and connecting to August 4th to 210 is 6 months, 6 days, 6 months, 7 days within 1 year. So you telling me that it's 66 years, 6 months, 7 days exactly? Come on. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? All the 6, 6, 6, 7 connections I showed you in this video, and from 210 to Elvis's birthday, 8/16, was 6 months, 6 days, 6 months, 7 days. Okay? Okay? Anyway. Also, you know, when you add up the date 210 in the prime numbers, the second prime is 3, the 10th prime is 29, you get 12. You add it up, you get 12 and 32, makes 44, which is the kill number. Kill equals 44, anti equals 44. But look, it's 12 and 32, right? For 2 and 10 and 3 and 29. You see the numbers? It's that totals are 12, 32, and 44. That's the same as this. 8 times 4 and 8 plus 4 is 32, and the 8-4 connections, you see, is 12 and 32, makes 44. Same numbers. And look, you have the 8/16, Elvis's death date, and then you have 8-4, and then 4 days later, Trump comes back. So you have a lot of stuff. So 8-4, he gets his head wound. You know, interesting numbers there. And what I was showing was the fact that it has the 12, 32, and 44 with the day it was ratified, 210. And this is just adding it up, multiplying. You get 12, 32, 44. You see, this is prime numbers. But anyway, and then this is the last thing. The year, 1967, when it was ratified on 210, 1967. Look at it. You add up the prime numbers for 19 and 67, you get 484, the total. I told you Trump gets his head wound on 8-4, and then 4 days later he comes back. Okay. And anyway, what was important here, folks, all right, whatever you gain from this, understand that it was all about what you saw in the very beginning cards, which is the 216, 217 connection. With the even with the date that it was ratified, had the 216, 217. August 4th is the 216, 217. From Obama's birthday to the day it was ratified was 2016, 2017 days. You understand? And that's when Trump and Obama switched over in 2016, 2017. Okay, do you understand? That's what the whole point of the fact that it was the 25th Amendment. We're in the year 25, and Obama's born on August 4th. From August 4th to the day it was ratified, the 25th Amendment, was 2016, 2017 days when you add the day. Okay, that's what I'm trying to make you understand. And then all the other numbers I showed having to do with 216, with crowns, you know. Okay, trust me, it's important. Okay, by the way, there's more I could have shown, but I'm not going to show it. Like the people who created it, you know, who brought up the amendment in the first place, you know, and even the date that they brought it up, not the day it was ratified, but the day that they said that they were going to put it into law. Like, you know what I mean? Like thinking about it. Anyways, anything else you guys want to say before I end the chat? Like I said, folks, listen, I'm not feeling well, so that's why I didn't explain it very good. But if you were to just write down the numbers for yourself, the connections, like write down all the 216, 217 connections and the dates, and then write down the 6 months, 6 days, 6 months, 7 days connection, or the 66, 67 connection that I showed, or the 4445 connection. Okay? You know what I'm saying? If you just understood that, you would understand that it's not a coincidence what you're saying. All right, this is perfectly scripted. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I see what you're saying, right? Yeah, that's the anti. Yeah, listen. I appreciate that, but yeah, I'm gonna leave the video up, but I will bring it up again in the future because, like I said, it's important that people see this now. That way, they know I'm talking about it. I will redo it again right before August 4th, probably. You know, in a live stream, I'll talk about it because, like I said, it was so convoluted, but you have to watch it. Okay, watch this video, even though it's convoluted. It's important. All right. Anyway, make sure you thumb up the video. See what I mean? 22 thumbs up. Anyway, man, I give up with you people. I'm showing you the most incredible supernatural stuff, and you guys you don't care. It's all right. You will soon. Don't worry. Yeah. You know how they say, laugh now, cry later? You'll be crying later. Trust me. When you realize what I've been telling you. Okay. Anyway, folks, any last words? I'll stay on another few minutes. Anybody have any questions before I end it? Like I said, I had more to show, but I'm not going to show it. It's pointless. Yeah, smile now, cry later, or laugh now, cry later, whatever. Anyway, so like I said, in the near future, folks, I'm going to have the most incredible videos coming up. I'm trying to gather the information to put it together. It's so difficult to put together, folks. So difficult. Trying to, just like this one. Look how hard it is to put this simple. This is like not even that hard, and it's hard to put because every card has too much on it. You know what I mean? Then you have to go back and show, you know, it's just so complicated, man. It's too complicated. Anyway. But in the future, if I show it again, I'm going to try to make it a little less convoluted. All right, I'm giving you guys another minute if you have any questions, because I'm going to delete. I'm going to end the video. I'm going to leave this video up, so make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you comment under the video about what you saw. Okay, and let me tell you something. It helps people because maybe they don't understand what they're saying, and then by you pointing it out, will make them go back and re-examine it. Do you understand? Because some people do that. They look at something and they don't even understand it. And I understand that it might be a little difficult to to grasp what I'm showing, unless you're a regular viewer, you know. No, I'm not. I already did a fellowship video. No more videos tonight. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not feeling well. I have my blood pressure is super high and I have a headache. Pray for me and pray for everyone in the chat, Bugs. You know, lots of people need prayers, okay? Yeah, I'm going to be up for another 5 hours because, you know, my heart is pounding too high. So, yeah, I'll be taking a lot of ibuprofen it makes me sick, but I got to take it because my headache is so bad. Anyway, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you watch the video from the beginning and re-watch the video. That way you can grasp it, how important it is, what I just showed. Because understand, it has to do with a president, this amendment. You think it's a coincidence, all those numbers? Come on. No. It's too perfect. All right. God bless all of you. Jesus is God. End of video.